And here's a live look now from the Dallas area. You can see the Margaret McDermott Bridge and I-35.
And that's exactly why we want to bring in our meteorologist, Pat Kavlin, to talk about this. Pat, let's talk about this ice and what it means for drivers.
Yeah, look at that shot right there. Look at how white the roadway is. That is not concrete. That is ice and sleet accumulation, and roads that are elevated, flyovers, bridges, those are going to be the first spots that ice over. Here's the reason why. The road that's actually attached to the ground is kept warm by the ground temperature, but when you have a roadway that's elevated, again, like a flyover on the interstate, like a roadway that goes over a stream or a river, that heat is able to escape more readily. So here's the ground temperature with the roadway that's on the actual ground. There's the bridge temperature. Watch how the bridge temperature goes down quicker because you get that cold air underneath it, cooling it down faster, and that's why bridges are usually the first spots to ice over in an event like this. Let's talk about ice amounts and what they mean, because this is something that's not very common for us here in Southeast Texas, or really just the state in general. When you're at a 1/4 inch of ice or less, it's mainly an issue for the roadways. You get that light glaze, you get slick roads, but not much in the way of power outages. It's once you get above a 1/4 inch of ice that you see power outages becoming more of an issue as it starts to weigh down power lines. It only takes a 1/2 inch of ice on one power line span between two poles to add 500 pounds of extra weight. And then once you get beyond a 1/2 inch of ice, it's a crippling ice storm with widespread power outages and impossible travel. And we're going to see that here as we go through not just tonight, but the next 2 days all the way through Thursday morning as tons of ice accumulates here, especially from the hill country into North Texas, on average a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of ice with locally higher amounts. And that's because, Tim, the area just above the ground is so much warmer. We've got temperatures in the 20s and low 30s at the surface, but above we've got numbers in the 40s and 50s.